Hey, stop. Wait. Listen. On our play for this week, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered is just a mere 24 hours away, give or take, depending on when you listen to this. A new 3D Mario game for the Switch 2 may not be that far away. And Zero Company is if Star Wars and XCom had a baby. And it was filled with DEI. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
All this and more on Season 9, Episode 16 of Press X Start Gamers Digest. Oh yeah, check it out. What's up, everyone? I'm your host, DJ, a.k.a. Sexy Bad Choices, a.k.a. I popped my blueberry. I am joined by...
Sean MF Ross.
What does the MF stand for?
Smoke.
Okay. That works. But what I mean by that is I've learned to appreciate blueprints. More about that later on.
Oh, you a... Who are you, DJ?
Oh, and I know who we are and what that meant. This is Press X Start Gamers Digest, a video game news show that condenses the most important gaming news from this past week into an hour-long meal just for you. We're live on YouTube every week when we can make it because life is hard.
And making babies is easy.
It is. It is. Actually, it's not until it is, and you're like, oh well. You know.
Well, I mean, you got to get somebody to agree to do it with you, and then
That's true.
Agree to do it with you raw.
Yeah. Well, you can't just do it by yourself. Wait, what?
I mean, technology is 2025, maybe. I don't know. We're neither here nor there. That's not what we're here for. It's not what we're here
for. Exactly. What we're here for is for you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. That way we can give you the latest gaming news from this past week or even future, depending on our predictions. And you can enjoy the stuff and live your life in a beautiful harmony of gaming news.
The hell did you do to your face? Something looks different.
I got a haircut.
Oh no, your glasses are off, probably. Maybe.
Oh yeah. If I do this, how about
sure.
Where was I on this docket? I don't know.
Number
Anyways,
one.
It's actually really difficult to see that way. Strange. Oh yeah, don't forget, you join our Discord by going to pressx2star.com/Discord, and that'll take you where you need to be. Check it out. All right. And then with that out the way, let's jump into the gaming news with number 1. Confirmed. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered will be revealed tomorrow. This comes just from VGC by way of Jordan Midler. Okay. There's not too much to be said about this other than when it will happen, which is 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 4 p.m. BST. BST? That's new to me. What is
BST? British Standard Time? I don't know.
Oh, we'll go with that. That sounds like that could work. So yes, this has been the worst kept secret in Bethesda history.
British summertime. Yeah, I was right.
Oh, you nailed it. Good job. Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you have any experience with Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion? Did you play that?
No. None of it.
None of those?
None.
Okay.
Not one, not two, none. No Bethesda stuff.
My first Bethesda game was Skyrim. I heard about Oblivion, but at that time, I was never into that sort of like RPG style game where it's very fan is that considered heavy or dark fantasy? Whatever fantasy.
No, just old English medieval fantasy.
Yeah. So like, go ahead and just wipe that out. Yeah. So like, it was never a thing of like, oh, this looks interesting to me. But like, now that I'm years removed, played Skyrim, will I jump into this? Probably not, because I feel like this is a weird week to release Oblivion, especially when people are hyped over Clear Obscure Expedition 33.
Are they though?
Yeah. There's a lot of hype going on behind that. Like, I haven't seen the marketing campaign yet in terms of like, oh, there's videos of this yet, or like YouTube ads, but I think they're probably waiting until it's closer.
Who are you seeing this hype for?
Just people I'm talking to, or not talking to, but like podcast people and stuff. They're talking about their hype for it.
Okay.
So it's a thing of I feel bad for that game because a lot of people are hungry for Elder Scrolls like content, and I feel like this is going to do gangbusters for Bethesda. I'm guessing this is going to be free on Game Pass, and then you have to purchase it everywhere else. It's going to be available PC, PlayStation, Xbox. I wonder if it's going to come to Switch too. I imagine it would just later on. But yeah, this is awesome. I think for a lot of people who are waiting for this, they finally get their game. It's been rumored forever, and it's finally here. I think it's kind of weird that Bethesda did like absolutely no kind of marketing for this, and they just kind of let the rumors, I guess, feed that fan base itself.
Why market when you're not ready to? We get mad when they announce things too far in advance. Like, when would they have done any marketing for this?
That's true. You know what? So I wonder is it releasing tomorrow?
No, they're releasing news about it, jackass.
Yeah.
It's the reveal.
So that's actually interesting because I thought the rumors was that
you thought the game was coming out? No.
I thought it's supposed to come out this week.
No. The reveal. It says reveal.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah. It says reveal, but I'm saying that I thought the rumor said it's actually supposed to release.
No, they're not that hot shit to just shadow drop fucking Oblivion.
We'll see.
This ain't GTA. This ain't Beyonce. Like, I don't. GTA and maybe can't really do Call of Duty because they do betas. I'm trying. Yeah. I struggle to think of any other game that could just do a shadow drop and people will lose their minds. And it ain't Oblivion.
No, the rumor is that it's supposed to be shadow drop.
Nah, bro.
Like that's why I found it super weird. They didn't do any marketing or anything. But yeah, the rumor is supposed to be it's getting shadow drop. So
I've been in this game a long time.
We're gonna see tomorrow. We're gonna see tomorrow what happens.
I'll put $5 on it.
Okay. Look at that. I'm gonna have $5 to put towards Gundam Battle Operations 2. Yeah, but we'll see. Like I mean, I'm totally with you that like for them the shadow drop would become very weird, but like I think that's what made the rumors weird to begin with, was that the rumor was supposed to be shadow drop, and it's like for them to do this like so quickly seems like they're trying to get it out for a reason, but it's like why? Anyways, whatever. So yeah, that's that. I got oil in my eye. Oh my gosh. Sean, what's number 2? I am
number 2. New Mario on Switch. Number 2. Stay tuned says what's the name? Bowser.
Yeah,
Doug Bowser.
Yes.
Most
of
IP, he said. Most of Nintendo's IPs will make their way to the Switch too. I mean, I would hope it would make it to the Switch and not Xbox to the play. Like,
right?
Sure does. Sure it does.
So that's coming from VGC by way of Chris Scullion.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah. So Doug Bowser is reassuring players that we're gonna get a Mario game for the Switch too. It's coming.
I would say sometime next year. They're not gonna drop. That's knocking Donkey Kong and Mario Kart and Metroid Prime 4. Like, that's too much shit competing for Game of the Year and whatever. Like, they're not just gonna blow their load the first.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Like,
no, don't be silly.
One, they per their releases, they don't have like a winter game.
They don't need a winter game.
Well,
people are still going to be fighting tooth and nail. DJ, what F are you
say number 2 first. Let me say number 2 first, Sean. Number 2, it's on my Fantasy Critic, so they need to release it this year.
No,
but yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I think there's just too much jam-packed stuff that is supposed to be coming to Switch 2 this year, where it's like
there's going to be 6 months between June 5th to Christmas. People are going to be fighting tooth and nail to not pay scalper prices.
Oh yeah,
and They have to look to see what an $80 Mario Kart looks like, and a whatever. I think Donkey Kong is for $60, $70.
Yeah, I think it's 60.
They have to see. They got to test the waters first because people aren't going to be. Mario Kart is not a impulse buy now.
What do you mean?
It's $80.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I agree.
$60, $70, maybe. There's more creep. Like people aren't going to just.
Yeah,
it'll be a system seller.
Shock.
Yeah, it'll be a system seller, but they'll play all their old stuff first for a while. Like shit, I just got the Switch 2. Give me a minute,
It will. I absolutely think that it will push a lot of people to buy that $500 bundle versus the $450. Did we? I don't think we mentioned it, but Nintendo came out and said that they're not actually raising the prices for the consoles. So
they're raising the price on everything else.
Yeah, they're raising price on the accessories. So base model is going to be $450. The bundle is going to be $500 still, and then all the accessories are going to be up $5. So
yeah, they sold Mario Kart 8 originally sold 8.46 million on the Wii U, and then 67.35 million. Let's call it 67 million on the Switch. 75 million overall.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be looking. They're gonna give it some time. They're gonna give it some time.
Yeah. I think it'd be a crazy play if they dropped a new Mario this year, seeing how they have Mario Kart, Metroid Prime, 3D Donkey Kong, and then Mario. That would be crazy. But Nintendo,
they just be cannibalizing
random stuff sometimes. So we'll see.
Yeah.
And number 3, Star Wars Zero Company. What? Oh, Bit Reactor's turn-based game gets full reveal. This comes to us from Polygon by way of Maddie Myers. So this was another game that was leaked. I think this leaked over the weekend. No, wait, this is April 19th.
I'm sorry. Oh. No, you know what? Never mind.
Oh.
I thought I saw a pattern with Mario Kart because the Switch came out March 2017 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out in April of 2017.
Oh, okay.
And then the Wii U came out 2012, but I thought it came out 2013. Never mind, because the original Mario Kart 8 came out 20. I was trying to see if there was a pattern or a cadence, but go ahead. Number 3.
No worries. So yes, Star Wars Zero Company. I actually have a little trailer to play. Do you have any experience with XCOM? Do you play turn-based strategy?
I played XCOM.
Okay.
I was not terrible at it, but I was not great at it. I hated losing my people, so
yeah.
I was just like, yeah, this ain't for me.
Yeah, XCOM is a game that I always think about playing, but have never actually sat down and played. And this thing of I actually like turn-based strategy games like that, where it's a risk in terms of if your person die, that's it. I enjoy that stuff, but it's just I know it requires so much time from me that I'm just no, now it's not the right time. And it's been years now at this point. But yeah, as a person who is a very light Star Wars fan, I watch the Star Wars shows. I didn't watch Andor. I haven't watched Andor yet. I know it's one of the best ones. I know, but I play the Star Wars games here and there. This actually looks really appealing to me, and it's maybe I might give this a try. But in case you don't know, Star Wars Zero Company, which one might colloquially refer to it as the XCOM Star Wars game, gets full reveal today at a panel at Star Wars Celebration Japan. As for why one might refer to the game in that way, it's because Greg Frostrich, the CEO and creative director of Bit Reactor, which is the studio making the game, previously worked on multiple major turn-based games at Firaxis, including XCOM franchise. That's awesome. So this is a quote from him. Our vision for Star Wars Zero Company is grounded in gameplay design pillars that weave in the immersive Star Wars galaxy with engaging turn-based tactic gameplay, says Frosters. According to a press release sent to Polygon, it's our aim to deliver a game with an original Star Wars story from the Clone War era. Awesome. I like the Clone Wars. That's actually one of the Star Wars like properties that I actually sat down and watched because it was like a 3D cartoon on Cartoon Network or whatever. Yeah.
Was that a show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it was.
They had the movie and then they had the show.
Yeah. It had the prequels and then they had Clone Wars as the like cartoon show that kind of went alongside the. Yes, you're right, Sean. Yes. The Clone Wars era that has meaningful outcomes from player choices and deep turn-based tactical combat with an approachable and cinematic presentation. Yeah, that's awesome. I am pretty excited for this. Was there a release date for it? 2026. Cool. Next year.
I mean, it looks pretty.
Yeah.
We'll see when we see actual gameplay. This is bullshit so far.
Yeah. They actually show some gameplay at the very end. And it's pretty much character runs on screen, character does a thing, wait their turn, other characters play, I'm hoping I'm hoping they find ways of making that tactic style gameplay like really interesting and really interactive. Because
you didn't play XCOM?
No, I didn't. No,
it was free at one point.
I have it on my console.
Go effing play it.
I know.
Or go play Mario versus Rabbids
Battle. You know what? I play a little bit of that too, and I was like, "Oh, this is not bad. Not bad."
You didn't finish the game, did you?
No, I didn't.
He was a sucker.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway. I'm interested for this. I'm interested. So we'll see next year, sometime next year. All right. Before we get into what's next on this thing? Oh, marathon news. Hey, you good? Do us a solid. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Thank you. Oh, if you're listening, please leave us a review on whatever podcast service you're currently tuned in on. We appreciate that as well. Thanks. Number 4. New marathon info about the closed alpha. Oh, wait a minute. I changed this up. So the actual number 4. No, wait. Where the heck did I put that thing? Where'd I put that thing? You know what? We're just gonna. Oh no, here it is. It's over here. I just didn't move it where I wanted to move it. Give me one moment to correct my mistake. Move this here, do that there, and then do this little thing right here. Do that. There we go. New number 4. I'm convinced Bungie won't say how much Marathon will cost because it doesn't know how much it will charge yet. This comes to us from PC Gamer by way of Morgan Park. So this is an interesting article that I literally saw very soon before we started recording this podcast. And I thought, yeah, we'll talk about this because I think that makes sense as to what they are trying to do. So I guess backstory, we had the marathon reveal. In that reveal, they did not mention a price. There was a rumor that happened from last year, a little bit after Marathon got canned. The rumor is that, after Concord got canned. Mm-hmm. The rumor was Marathon is planning on charging $40 like the Helldivers 2 model / Concord model. And that rumor has persisted from last year, September. There has been no changes to that, none of that. And we get here, and now people, journalists are still thinking that the game is going to cost $40. The thing that I called out as being weird is that if that was the case, Bungie would have been like, okay, yeah, this is Marathon. It costs $40. That would have been part of the reveal. They left the price tag off the reveal because, and this article is saying the same stuff. It's like, it doesn't seem like they really want to charge $40, or they're sure that they can get away with $40. So the actual article, things are jumping around. Where I want to pull. Yes. Okay. So we know a lot more about Bungie's Marathon reboot now than we did a week ago. We learned that it's a hero-based extraction shooter with abilities, economy, and a handful of maps in the vein of Escape from Tarkov. We know it's got weapon mods that should tickle the brains of Destiny build crafters, and Bungie also shared details on proxy chat, solo play, and cosmetics. It will have them. So the update on proxy chat is that there was a Dr. Lupo had a interview talk or whatever, and in the interview he talked about how Bungie is listening to the fan base, and people are talking about how they want proxy chat, and they are considering essentially putting it in the game, which would be very good. Solo play, I think that might be like a free for all, I guess.
No fill.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I think they're just gonna have a no fill mode where you can run it yourself at your own peril, but you're gonna be going up against squads, unless
that's what
some other try hards.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be right now. But
Mhm.
I think solo play at whatever. This article doesn't specify what solo play is, so I'm not even going to speculate.
Put 5 on it.
You're right.
I called it.
And then, of course, cosmetics, because every game of this caliber has cosmetics in, so that's not super surprising. I think there was also rumors that there's going to be a battle pass too. Again, not super surprising. But at the end of the day, the real question is the price and how much the game will cost. So in this article, they said, "Oh, will Marathon be $60, $50, $40, $30?" I suspect the reactions to each would be very different. I personally, I feel like they're probably going to do the $30 price tag. So it's going to cost money, but it's not going to be the $40 that everyone hates. Of course, people are going to be like, well, $30 is still money, and I don't like that either. But I feel like it's going to cost money. It's not going to be free to play. It's too late for it to be free to play. Like, they've built this thing out. They have a ton of developers supporting it.
It's not too late for it to be free to play. We have no idea what their target is.
No, I say it's too late. I say it's too late to be free to play because of how the free to play model usually works in terms of the paid model, where it's like free to pay, you have to balance out the currencies to keep the person do all that currency stuff, where I think you could be a little more relaxed if you're doing a price tag on the game, unless you want to be super greedy and you have that free to play model and you still pay it, you still charge the people. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I mean, as you said in the Discord, Call of Duty does it yearly, so.
Well, yes, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Call of Duty does both, and then charges $70 for it. So,
and y'all gobble it right up.
Yeah.
It's rough. $40 is fair. $60 is probably fair. I was talking with Cameron. I think. I forget which game it was, but ultimately, what?
I said the Sultan.
Yeah, I forget which game it was, but some people are looking at games for the graphical content or the graphical fidelity, and that's their barometer for how much you should pay. Others are looking at straight content. But this is how we run into pretty games with 80 to 100 hours of filler BS, because it's really hard to value a game.
Yeah.
you're still getting more miles per hour versus like a movie. You're paying what? Shit, I just saw Sinners and paid $20 for the IMAX, whatever the hell, $27.
Yep.
For a 2-hour
What,
movie.
2.5 hours?
Yeah,
2 hours.
$10 an hour.
Yep.
You pay $60, you're gonna play more than 6 hours for any game. Like, it's really weird how we try to quantify what you should pay for a game. Like it does matter how long you're gonna play it, but I mean, they put years of work into this.
Mm. No, I totally agree.
Yes, it's a rough conversation.
Yeah, I think the main crux of the conversation of, oh, I have to pay money for this is the fact that this is going to be a PvP, mainly a PvP thing. If this was a PvE thing, I don't think people would have problems paying the money, because I think people, and this is just a symptom of where multiplayer gaming is right now, is that you automatically know you're going to have to deal with the sweats at some point when you're playing the game. And that becomes...
But then you have shit like Call of Duty Black Ops 4, where it was no story and no PvE. It was only PvP, and they charged full price for that game that year.
Again, that's Call of Duty. Call of Duty will do stuff like that.
This is Bungie, though. I mean, like...
Yeah. But I mean, this is Bungie after Destiny. And I think they've learned a lot about what they could get away with, what they'll be punished for, and how their community treated that game, and all those learnings that I don't necessarily think that those kinds of learnings was made by like Activision or Call of Duty, because Activision is so like, no, we're going to charge this, so you're going to pay for it because it's Call of Duty, and you know what Call of Duty is, and it's like, that's how they led. But
hopefully it's successful. Hopefully it plays well. And
I personally think, because like I was like, we had this whole big conversation in the Discord chat. Like, I think the thing that a lot of people are getting Marathon wrong online is that not a lot of people play extraction shooters. So when people look at this, they're looking at it from the lens of typical multiplayer game. And I think when they look at that, they're like, oh, well, this has to compete with Call of Duty. This has to compete with Fortnite. This has to compete with blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yes, it does, but it's not a direct competition where like this is competing with like Tarkov. This is competing with Delta Force, who just had their mobile and PC launch, I think, today. Like,
but is it though? Because neither of those are on console.
Yeah, well, the console launch for Delta Force is going to happen later this year, and I think that's going to intertwine with Marathon.
Is Delta Force free?
No, it's called it has a price tag on it. And then there's like Tarkov is straight PC. Like the Hunt Showdown is a pretty old game, but it's still popular as the extraction shooter.
Yeah.
The thing is, Marathon it has the potential to be the console extraction shooter. And I think that seems to be like what they're aiming for, especially with them coming out and like saying like, yeah, we're just doing the extraction shooter. There's not going to be like a single player part of this. And it's like, okay, well, if you guys are focused on this, that means that you guys see a hole and you're trying to shoot for that hole. So it's like, okay, like that's kind of where I think, like, I hope they're successful, but it is a thing of, I hope the onboarding for this game is buttoned up and it's like really, really good. And I hope that they have ability to separate like the lower tier players with the higher tier players, so that way there's some kind of balance when you get in these games where you're just not getting washed out by like literal streamers.
Yeah, Delta Force looks free to play on Steam, so...
Oh, is it free to buy?
Yeah, but it's a different aesthetic, and it has mixed reviews, so...
Yeah. I thought Delta Force cost money, wow.
It's a pretty good... No, it says free to play.
Yeah.
I could add it to library right now.
Yeah. So that's that. On top of all of this, Marathon is having a closed alpha testing that for the life of me I cannot get into, but I feel like everyone around me is getting to this dang beta. Or I'm sorry, dang alpha. But there was an NDA attached to it. They removed the NDA because they are listening to the people's outcries and they are trying to adjust for that stuff. And they're basically allowing everyone who's playing the alpha to stream the game, to talk about the game, to get more people on the side of, oh, Marathon's not going to be Concord. And I think that is the biggest hurdle Marathon has to deal with. To go along with that real quick, this is from Polygon. And this is a real quick quote. Essentially, the ex-developers of Concord got on their Reddit to say, hey guys, please give Marathon a chance. Don't treat Marathon like like you treated Concord. It's two different games. And it's like,
oh, what was the specific quote, DJ?
So Concord failed to inspire players and the message was heard loud and clear. Wait, no, is that the
That was part of it.
That's part of it? Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. The developer wrote using a Reddit account under the name Mr. Sprung. It was gut-wrenching to see our project fail and be the laughing stock of many online. Wait, did I miss it? What?
What I'm more so pointing out is, please don't punish others for our mistakes. What do they consider their mistakes? And it wasn't just that it wasn't a free-to-play game. It wasn't that it costed $40.
It's a good question.
What do they consider to be their mistakes? I wonder.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if they're mistakes in terms of just the way that the game was shown, the way the game looked, for a lack of better words, that stuff. I don't know, but I think your question is actually a very good question in terms of like, what are they defining as their mistakes? Because it can't be the fact that it costs $40, because you could look at like Helldivers that cost money, that did very well. Like games cost money, even multiplayer games cost money, and some do well, some don't. But it's just like, I think I do feel like this is just the internet having the same kind of defense mechanism when it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to pay money for this thing. I don't necessarily want to spend money right now because everything is uncertain. So I'm gonna fight against this. And it's just like, I understand that, but like Marathon looks freaking amazing, guys. And everybody's gonna pay for GTA 6 whenever it comes out and for whatever it costs. So it's just like, all right, well, people got money.
Gotcha.
And then, oh yeah, the last thing of Marathon before we jump, there was some. So Bungie, I feel like a lot of details came out about this whole Marathon game after the Bungie reveal, and it's just like, you probably should have included that stuff in the reveal. That would have been cool. So one of the things, because like one of the questions that everyone had was like, okay, well, this is a soft reboot to the single player Marathon game, which was also first person, but completely different like aesthetic, completely different like kind of vibe. Yeah. And it's like, how is this connected with the old Marathon? The old Marathon, you playing in a ship in space. That spaceship, the Marathon spaceship, is in space in this Marathon game. And that spaceship is the fourth map that you will play in. And it has raid mechanics. So you basically play the lower tier maps to get your armor up, to get your weapons up. And then you go to that fourth map, and then you are fighting. You're fighting through the different rooms. You're fighting bosses. You're getting keys that progresses you through the different levels. And at the end, you get like, whatever boss drops or whatever. And it's just like, that's a pretty interesting loop. That's not something I've actually played through before. Like I played Destiny, but I've never had a team skilled enough to do the raid. It's not really did. you know, we
I
just
feel like
failed
we
miserably
played
on that.
Destiny before to do something similar, but I
We
wasn't a
did.
serious Destiny player.
Yeah, no, we all failed. We all failed together. It was miserable but fun.
What is
But
this weed business?
but yeah, like it's just like okay, they have some stuff planned for Marathon. They're just being super cagey about it, and it's like that might not be the plan. You probably shouldn't be cagey about that stuff right now, especially with people being so anti-marathon, even though the game looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that. That's all the marathon news that we have for you. Number 5. Soccer-inspired sensation Rematch surges past 100,000 concurrent Steam players. This comes to us from Techi.com. By way of, where is that news on? There we go. By way of, this is a new site. I don't know where the people. Okay, so maybe there is no. Nope. Robbie Majid. So this past weekend, there was a essentially open beta for Rematch. I say essentially because you had to go on Steam, say you're interested in the game, and they'll give you access to the beta. But yeah, apparently a lot of people did that. They had over 100,000 players join the open beta for a multiplayer soccer game. Yes, this is soccer. This is Rocket League if the Rocket was not cars.
They called it a Rocket League alternative.
Yes. Gotta love it. So yeah, so Rematch will cost $30. Will cost money.
Did I get a key?
Did you? I don't know. So I was actually going to. I actually had signed up saying I was interested when the game first showed up in one of the showcases or whatever. But I did PlayStation and I got an email like Thursday or Friday or whatever saying that the game the beta for the console stuff is not ready, so it's just Steam. And I was like, okay, I'm skipping. I'll catch it on console when it's ready for console. But
okay, yeah,
a lot of people jumped on Steam, played it, had a great time playing it. Good.
You know what? They compared it to Blue Lock, a playable Blue Lock. You probably haven't watched that, but Blue Lock is a.
I'm aware of Blue Lock. Yeah.
Aware of it. I don't mean you watched it.
I mean, I've seen clips.
Yeah.
I know the kicks. I know the disappearing stuff like that. Kubo
people are calling it a playable Blue Lock, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And funny enough, that piqued my interest kind of. So I may check it out.
Okay. Yeah. I'm definitely. Once they do another open beta, hopefully for consoles, I will jump into this because this also appeals to me in terms of I look at this and I think of what NFL Blitz, but for soccer, minus the rough housing. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm down for this. I'll play this. But yeah, it's I think it's one of those things where it's like this sort of came out of nowhere, and apparently a ton of people found this really interesting enough to join the beta.
I didn't think it was gonna have any legs.
Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised by this. I do hope that Rematch is successful because Slow Clap is an awesome studio. Sifu was an awesome game, so it's like, hey, let them make more games. Obviously, they're good at doing it. Number 6. Ubisoft is making another battle royale. This one inspired by Apex Legends. Oh, this comes to us from GameSpot. You excited for this, Sean?
We'll see about that.
This comes to us from George Yang. So Ubisoft is reported making a new battle royale game that's inspired by Apex Legends. So much so that the project once used the game as a thumbnail. According to Insider Gaming, I should have got the thing from there. Ubisoft's new battle royale game is codenamed Scout and has been in development for a few years already. Its characters are said to be similar to Apex Legends' own Pathfinder, Wraith, and Lifeline. I wonder if she has a Jamaican accent. Oh, no. They probably gave her a Trinidadian accent. Same but different. as well as others. The company's higher ups reportedly want to take advantage of Apex Legends' dwindling player base. Oh, interesting. As well as a result, they are said to think that there is now an opportunity to launch another battle royale game.
Oh, good old Ubisoft being reactionary again,
Like,
chasing EA's dirty draws.
oh my
You
god.
already had Hyperscape. It sucked. You tried to capitalize on Fortnite.
Oh, you're still talking.
You don't remember Hyperscape?
No, I remember it.
That Jordan JXBot told us was fine. It's
Mhm.
fine, and I said it was not fine, and surely enough, it shut down months later.
Oh man.
We'll see about this, man. We'll see.
Yeah, this article points that Ubisoft had already tried battle royale genre with Hyperscape. However, its service shut down back in April 2022. That was 3 years ago.
Ubisoft is just missing lately. I guess. What the hell is that? Shadows.
Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm guessing that's okay for now, but everywhere else, like,
yeah.
Damn, they let what the hell is that?
Prince of Persia.
No. The damn hacking game. I can't think of the name right now.
Oh, Watch Dogs.
They failed.
Yeah.
They did they fail? Yeah, they failed at Watch Dogs.
Yeah,
and
the
now
third
they
one
don't know
didn't do like the first one was second one was amazing, and then third one was all right.
It was cool concept, but it wasn't pulled off very well. Nobody felt any connection to the. And then goddamn the Division, like, what are you guys doing? Like, come on, Ubisoft.
Yeah, like,
get your shit together.
It is a thing of Ubisoft has so much potential, but they just constantly burn it by trying to go big when they don't need to go big. Like, and it's the same pattern that they have where it's just like, okay, this is a good concept. Can we go bigger to make more money? And just like, no, you can't, because every time you do, you fail. Like, the only game that you can go big in is Assassin's Creed, and even people are getting like kind of tired with that. So it's just like, just make like mid-sized games and just let them live.
Yeah, they need a quicker cadence.
Yeah, like, you know what was a good mid-sized game?
What?
Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. You know what happened to that studio? They got shut down.
They didn't let it breathe. Let me see. They got Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. I told y'all that sucked. Haven't heard anything about it. Skull and Bones. I told y'all that sucked.
There's season 2 for Skull and Bones though. It's back.
Riders Republic. No,
we shouldn't be.
Riders
Republic was a good game that was too big, and yeah.
I'm just looking at what they have out now, and nah.
Yeah, man. And that's the scary thing of people looking at Ubisoft and saying like, oh man, like,
y'all don't know what y'all
might not have Ubisoft in a couple years. Oh, Rainbow Six. That's another thing that's been.
Yeah, but that game is toxic, and nobody wants to play that. Like, I don't mean nobody, but like, if you're good at the game, they're toxic towards you. If you're bad at the game, they're toxic to you. If you're new, they're like, it's just.
Yeah. So yeah, Ubisoft is saying like, hey guys, get ready because they have a battle royale game coming. I wish them the best. I don't want to be doom and gloom on this, but like, this doesn't really feel like this is gonna go well. Like, again, X Defiant was supposed to be their Call of Duty replacement, for lack of better words. That got shut down because they thought they could win the crowd over by saying like, hey, we're not going to have any skill-based matchmaking, and that completely blew up in their face, because it turns out skill-based matchmaking is actually a good thing to have. And it's just like, well, egg on your face, guys. But on top of that, people just didn't play the game because they didn't want to invest into it, even though it was a free-to-play game. So even if you go free-to-play, might not survive. Yeah, this is just I don't know. But what I do know is we have quick hits. Number 7. Xbox users can now stream games on their own consoles. This comes from Engadget. That's cool. So basically you have xCloud available on your console, which means that you don't have to download the game. You can just stream the game.
I'm wondering if you can stream it from your phone as well.
Yes, xCloud's available on mobile. I think this is cool. I guess this works for games like, or for like Series S, where you don't have that much space, but you want to play like a big game like Call of Duty, so you can just stream it.
Only 5 years later.
Yeah. I just wonder what the lag is like when you're streaming it to your console and all that stuff.
Well, I mean, have you streamed any games from PS
Portal?
Plus, or are you not on that tier?
No, I'm not on that tier. I mean, technically the Portal streams from the console, right? Remote play, isn't that what that does? Or is that different?
That's different than streaming directly from the cloud. Have you updated your Portal to stream directly from the cloud then?
Yeah, but I don't have that tier to actually access. You need premium.
You broke bitch. Well,
I'm an extra boy.
In my experience, it's not too bad.
Oh, okay.
Granted, I haven't played a Twitch game like Call of Duty, so I don't know. No. But I mean, it just caches some of the game to your console.
Local console.
Yeah, while they reserve some space on their servers to do all that good stuff. So, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Number 8. Congratulations! Xbox confirms Nintendo Switch 2 support, as they're a big believer in what Nintendo means for the industry. This comes to us from Video Gamer. They're gonna release Xbox games on the Switch. Awesome. We knew that was coming, but it's confirmed now from Xbox side. That's awesome.
They didn't need to confirm it. They told the government they were gonna do it.
That's true. That is true. And then number 9, renting video game consoles is so back. So essentially, this comes from Kotaku. In Japan, there is a company that is renting out PlayStation 5s for people, and they're doing very well. And it's like, hey, man, the consoles are getting more expensive thanks to tariffs from some person. And the yen itself right now is pretty weak. So all the more incentive to not spend a lot of money. So here we go with the renting system. Turns out it works. So yeah.
I don't know if that's going to work over here.
No, I don't think so.
They just have a culture of respect over there. They're going to respect other people's things.
Yeah, I honestly don't think that same system would really work over here.
People are going to either send back the console with roaches in it, or keep the console and then cuss out the company when they get charged full price for the system. Like,
I
ain't gonna work over here.
Like, I would imagine they would have to reformat that console every time it comes back, because you don't know what people are attempting to put on there. Again, that's the thing of American culture is different from Japanese culture. Like, I mean, that stuff could probably happen in Japan, but I feel like just living in America, you just generally don't trust people. So yeah. Well, that's it. That has been the quick hits. Now let's jump to what we have been playing. And Sean, what have you been playing?
So Blueprints has a weird profile system. I loaded into the game and it said, "Hey, new game."
What?
What the fuck? I was on day 5. What the hell is going on here?
What?
So I started a new game, only to realize that when I saved, you can switch profiles, but it's not readily apparent at the load screen. There was no continue, there was no switch profiles, unless I didn't see it. But I was hot pissed for a minute, and I partially just kind of was like,
yeah.
But I haven't played it in a while. What have I played? I downloaded Hogwarts.
Oh.
Because it's included in PlayStation Plus right now.
Yeah. I would say try it out. I think it has a very unique like combat system that is pretty interesting. I think the story itself is interesting. It is
I don't know
very much
how.
so.
I was just looking for something to do until Clear Obscure comes out.
Yeah, come out.
But I mean,
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
downloaded Hogwarts Legacy, Hot Pursuit Remastered, and One Piece Odyssey, and I didn't really get
Oh,
far. All of like 30 minutes in each of them, just because
okay.
like, man, I'm just
Yeah.
tooling around until something else
Yeah,
comes up.
yeah,
Yeah,
just burning time.
but blueprints for the
Hmm.
most part. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I have also been playing Blueprints as I said earlier, I have popped my blueberry. I understand this game now better than I did last time we talked about it. I was like, I think I'm done. So last time I was at like day 7 and I was like, I don't know about this. Now I'm at day 12 and I'm like, oh, okay. I see I see some of the puzzles. I see things repeating in the different rooms, like the chess
Yeah.
pieces. I don't know what that means yet, but it's like it's gonna make sense at one point. There is I had a like really good run where I had like maybe like 20 something rooms opened, and like I had access to like the mail room, I had access to the foundation. I basically did a bunch of stuff. I found the code to unlock the apple tree
Yeah.
yard or whatever.
Orchard.
Orchard, yeah. So I actually need to go do that because I was just taking mad pictures of everything. I'm just like, okay, let me make sure I record this, make sure I
Mm,
record this. So I got that 15-day grace period to get those uh worked on before they disappear from my console. But yeah, I'm having a much better time at this game. I still feel like this is one of those games where I definitely will see I definitely will understand when this is in the running for like game of the year, just because of this game truly captures like what it means to discover stuff. And it's like, okay, that's understandable. I think that's super cool. I think when you're not discovering things and
yeah.
things are not clicking, that's when the game is just
I'm
incredibly
down and
not
going.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel like you're wasting time when like things are not happening, and it's just like
Well,
that.
I will give you advice. Always just try to be exploring new rooms. Don't try to
Yeah,
actually beat the game initially.
yeah.
Ain't gonna work.
I totally agree with you on that. Like that was one of the things where it's just like, you know what? I'm going to make this new room, even though it's going to burn my run, but I'm just going to have it just to have it. And it's like, oh, okay, well, there's things that are happening in these rooms. And it's like, okay. Like I got to the pump room with like the water pumps or whatever. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is interesting. And I was like, oh, this will work if I have a pool available to me. And it's just like, it's trying to make those connections for the next run. It's like, okay, I understand this loop now. And it's like,
Mm,
I appreciate the game way more than I did last week. But it is a thing of I'm probably gonna play it until Expedition 33 comes out.
yeah.
Will I return the blueprints? I don't know. I probably don't think I will, unless like something really like hey, go look at this thing in blueprints. Like, okay, I'll go check it out. But
Gotcha.
we'll see. I'm also expecting that Expedition 33 is going to completely capture us, and we're going to be playing and talking about it. It's not going to be like, oh, this game actually sucks. So there's hoping that that game is also great.
Yeah.
But yeah, um, what else? What else? I think I have been bound or bouncing between Blueprints and Monster Hunter, and I think I am at the point of putting Monster Hunter down and just I'm finally in that good place where like I have the high level armor, I have the high level weapons that I want, that I care about. I've played with the majority of the weapons. I'm like, okay, I'm good here. I even made like a whole foraging armor set just because I had the time. So it's like I think I'm good here. So I am gonna be done. I'm gonna be putting down Monster Hunter for a little bit while I play other games. But yeah, that's it. That's it for what I've been playing. That's it for what you've been playing. That's it for the podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as you enjoy making it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to leave us a review on Apple, Spotify. I forgot to wash that. Dang. On Apple, whatever podcast service you're currently tuned in on. I gotta do laundry, and it's almost 11 o'clock. Adulting sucks.
You work from home. Wake up and put it in there. Shut up.
But it's still having to do the thing, Sean. It's just doing the thing. Ugh, it's just so. Anyways, that's just my life. I hope you have a great life, great night, great day, great whatever time you're listening to us talk about all the gaming stuff that you need to know. Yeah. See ya. I'm looking for the end card. Give me a second, guys. Okay. This time. See ya.